I'd protect you. I'd be the fattest bumblebee ever. Probably wouldn't be able to fly. You just find me fluttering my wings and just bouncing along the grass.
Oh, you'd be cute.
I'd be a bumbleball. When you wake up in the morning and you open your bow doors to that, you just know it's going to be a good day. What a sight. Beautiful. So, 7:30 in the morning, coffee's been had, sausage sandwich has been cooked. I'm not going to video you, Mrs. Lumsden. Today, we are heading for the Trafford Centre visitor mooring, so we're going to end up in Manchester by the end of today. We're currently here, a place called Moor. There, went in that pub last night, very nice, great pizza, watched the most boring England game ever, and so we'll be going all the way along here today. Looks like it's going to be very urban today. Up here, and then ultimately into here, many pages to here. So we're assuming that, as it's called, visitor moorings, it's going to be okay there. Have no idea, but what will be, will be. So let's get these ropes off and let's go. Goodbye to our mooring at Moor. What a stunning place. So it's only just after 7:30 a.m. and I know I use this word a lot, but it's stunning here. Really lovely. Really lovely. Short walk across the fields to the pub. That was nice. Fantastic pizza. Wow. So I woke up at, I don't know, 20 past 5, as I do these days. I don't know what's going on. I think I only get about 5 hours a night's sleep, but I sleep solidly, but I do. Sleep's not as easy as it used to be. But once I'm awake, my mind switches on, boom. And I go, better do some editing, got to learn a script, got to do this, got to do that. Sometimes just think, I wonder at what point you do just kind of go, oh, let's wake up, have a coffee, sit here for a while, think about what I might do today. Does that ever happen? I don't know. And Mrs. L has her struggles as well these days, and she won't mind me telling you so, but she struggles with, menopause is kicking her big time. So she tends to have half an hour's sleep and then wakes and then another half an hour, and then by the time she gets up in the morning, she just doesn't feel rested at all. So that's not great. So I know it inevitably happens, the old, separate bed stuff, but just in consideration for her, take a settee or something, because if she's asleep when I'm ready to go to bed, I don't want to wake her up. I don't want to be the one to wake her up if she's already asleep. So, hello, Mrs. Lumsden. Just talking.
My name being taken in vain.
Just talking about you.
Thanks.
But one of the key reasons that kind of motivated her to take the early retirement was the menopause. It's making her feel pretty rotten at times, and it's just like she has no interest in work. And we always said, whilst she was interested in work, what was the reason for retiring? And at the point that she felt it's gone, then get out. And that point came. Those blokes are lucky, you know. Oh, they're lucky. I mean, I'm very lucky because I've got Mrs. Lumsden. So not all the blokes are as lucky as me, but it comes down to things. Once Mother Nature decides it's finished with the female, it no longer requires you. You're not going to have any more children now, so here you go. It just closes everything down.
I'm loving your take on the women's menopause.
I thought you might be enjoying my take on it. The other thing that, since Mrs. Lumsden's been at menopause, is Lumpy can't do anything right. Can't say anything right. Tries to say things right. I won't mention it ever again. What's the matter? What are you glaring at? So using Canal Planner online, it would suggest that from here to the Trafford Centre visitor moorings is going to be around about 6 hours 15. So it kind of puts us there about 2 o'clock today, 2:15. No locks. I guess the only thing that slows you down are moored boats. So yeah, puts us there nice and early. We can have a bit of an explore then. Morning. Out early today. It's lovely, isn't it? Lovely. We'll get to Trafford Centre today, Liverpool by Sunday, so. Yeah, you have as well.
Morning.
How are you? Tired?
Go practice my yoga.
I've been telling the people all about you. I know because I saw you glaring at me from the cabin.
I heard that women, once they can't have babies anymore, Mother Nature just throws them to the wind.
Well, it does.
I don't think it's just...
Well, it's about estrogen, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so once it decides you don't need any more estrogen.
I think it's just kind of like, it's not just, you can have the menopause at any age. Some people go through it very early on.
But it's still about estrogen, isn't it?
It's about hormones levels. How do you make a hormone?
Don't pay her.
Every time.
Joke of the day, joke of the day, joke of the day, joke of the day. We need to bring back joke of the day.
I sent you a whole list of jokes for you to use and learn.
They're like Les Dawson jokes.
They were actually.
I like Les Dawson jokes. How nice is this? Are we 8 o'clock yet? Probably thereabouts, and it's hot.
Beautiful.
This is the summer of 2024 that
It's only for today though, isn't it?
probably goes.
I haven't got my mic on.
You know what? It goes wrong tomorrow because it's my birthday tomorrow. Okay, move on. Next subject.
I actually was doing a pretend yawn that then developed.
So this looks like a really interesting place. This is called London Road Bridge. It's in Stockton, Heath. property's really interesting. Very close to the water's edge and all sort of built out to sort of enjoy it and stuff.
That's interesting. Window lines there.
I think things that have been relatively new build and have been built to look old, which is quite nice. Thorn Marine Boat Hire. There we have. Who knew there was another London Bridge? So we like Stockton Heath, didn't we? That was very nice.
Yeah. Bloke recommended it in the pub last night, didn't he?
Yeah, we heard somebody overheard another table talking about London Bridge. And if you're more up there, there's loads of bars and restaurants and shops and stuff.
Of course, we've taken advantage of that, haven't we, darling?
No, listen, you see, this is where I can't win. Right, you always go on about you never get a chance to moor somewhere out in the country. We did that. We found a lovely country pub. There was nothing wrong with what we did last night. And now you're criticising me for not having stopped at London Bridge where it was much more.
No, I mean now. As in right here, right now.
No, we're cruising now.
But that's what I'm saying. Why could we have not stopped and had a wander around?
Because they've got things to do.
Half an hour. What time are we landing in Manchester?
2ish.
So why could we not land in Manchester at 3ish and spend
Because
half
then,
an hour looking around
because
the place
if
that
I
somebody's
took that
recommended?
decision to do that, it might be the wrong one. Because I'll get there and you'll say, I wish I could have had longer here. Can't win. Can't win.
You could win by just saying,
Just smiling and saying yes to everything you want.
Yeah, just
That's it.
listen to my suggestion and don't brush it off out of hand because it doesn't suit what you want to do.
Yada, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, Stockton Heath was nice.
Was nice.
This canal's very nice. We like the Bridgewater. It's a bit like cruising down a wide river that's not got flow. There's no locks. There's plenty to see. It's a little bit urban, but it's nice urban. And well, I think the next place we go to is Grappenhall. Not the best sounding of names. Grappenhall sounds like somewhere where a nasty people would live. I'm talking mystical creatures. That sounds like something out of Harry Potter or something. Grappenhall, there will live the prisoner of Grappenhall. We were doing a pump out today. Our toilet's gone very stinky. Our toilet gets very stinky after about a week of being pumped out, even if you've hardly used it.
Even if you've not used it.
I just think it's a 27-year-old boat. It's probably a 27-year-old tank. Just, I don't know. We use the bio liquid. You know, we stopped using blue because the smell of blue turns my stomach a bit. I just don't. I don't know what else I could do. I keep hearing people talk about brewer's yeast. I guess we should try that. Order some brewer's yeast.
Okay. That's right. Do it quickly.
Please. I see Mrs. L ordering things every day. Today's one was, let's get some bracelets for that scare off insects.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but I've got a bigger.
On Facebook.
I have a big problem with a stinky toilet. Can't you Google, things that cure stinky toilets?
Yeah, whenever I've seen them come up on Facebook, I have always tagged you in it so that you can read through the thread. And then after about 10 comments, you've given up because you don't like reading. And I'm like, well, I can't help you. I can lead a horse to water.
Don't discriminate against me due to my inability to read.
What about replacing the tank, or is that a ridiculous
Big job.
idea?
Most tanks are built in. I don't think this is. I don't think it is.
I saw.
It's a nice lawn.
Morning.
Morning.
I saw another Facebook thread where somebody had, or they put in a comment that they had replaced their tank and they said it was the worst job ever in their whole life of worst jobs.
I'd rather just get a new boat. Yeah, well, it's always about tanks. My water tank, the cold water tank.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm dreading it. But I've got to go in there because we get so much brown stuff come out of our taps. We don't drink the water. Might use it for cooking and washing. That will be it. We fill up big 5 litre bottles when we go, and they're under the sink, and that's what we drink and use in the kettle and stuff. But I think what concerns me as much as anything else is like, what's the level of corrosion in there? And I think the base of the tank is base plate. So you've got getting corrosion from both sides in that respect, aren't you? So I guess there's a square panel underneath my boat at the front, which has got substantially less thickness of the base plate than everywhere else.
How often do you have to have a survey?
Well, I think now that we're 27, 28 years old, I think the insurance companies will start requesting the hull survey. So we survey when you purchase.
Yeah.
You can have a survey whenever you want. But I think for insurance purposes, when it's an older boat, your insurer will ask you, as a condition of your insurance, to provide a hull survey.
But you've not been asked for that yet?
No, but I could do is check in my small print, really, because somebody else said to me, well, they could be a bit naughty, the insurers, because it'll be in the small print somewhere, and when you come to make a claim about something else, they go, hang on a minute, you haven't done the hull survey. Look, it's here in subsection 105, bracket C, appendix D, da da da, blah blah blah, and then suddenly you're not insured. So we need to have a little look. So, Mrs. Lumsden, we know this road really well. This is the M6, and from right to left is northbound, as we're currently heading east. And this is what they call the Thelwell Viaduct. So just a bit further over to our left is where, you know, when you're driving along the motorway and you can see it starts to go up and over, and at night you can see like the lights, and it takes you over the Manchester Ship Canal. So the Manchester Ship Canal is currently about half a mile in that direction. So I think what you're seeing there is the upslope starting to go over that big broad modern day viaduct over there. Just thought I'd share that with you because we've been over here so many times in our life. Horseflies, lumpy 2, horseflies 0. Mrs. Lumsden 0, horseflies 3.
5.
There we go. Under the M6, it's a lovely little rhododendron bush growing at the side of the M6 just there, Mrs. Oh, it's not a rhododendron. Thought it was one of theirs. Is it like a wild rose thing, isn't it? Very pretty. Almost as pretty as my wife. So I've got you in the shop with a lovely load of roses behind you.
The grey roots.
What's not to love? Lovely lilies down there. Whoa, they would have been lovely.
No song about a lily pad.
I played the part of a toad or a frog? Bullfrog. So we all know the story of the ugly duckling. So there's a musical version of it called Honk, which is quite good fun actually. And it's played, so you don't all dress like animals. You wear something that is synonymous with the animal. So I was playing a mallard, a drake. So I'd got like a green peak cap on that had got a yellow peak to it. So that was my head and my bill. I got a brown t-shirt on with a sort of a waistcoat thing, so it's like brown front and this kind of, can't remember. I got orange boots on, orange wellies, so they were my feet. So it was artistically done. But this bullfrog, I just thought, and the director had said, I'll leave it up to you. Show us what you've got. If we're happy with it, we'll run with it. So I got this green, like, silk shirt, and I found these, like, metallic green tight shorts. I was wearing green tights, and I don't know, other bit of funny green trilby. Here's a photo.
Make your decision yourself as to whether it was an appropriate costume.
It was funny though, and if it's funny, it's okay.
Ooh.
Did it bite you?
No.
Some horrible horseflies about around here. We had horseflies on the Mac, and then we've been pretty good. And since we've been just in this last sort of hour, we've kind of had them again. They're a bastard. I thought about not saying that, but they are. I call wasps the same. I've got no other word for them. Bumblebees are quite cute, aren't they? Honeybees are busy and they're doing something, and they're not going to hurt. A bee doesn't hurt you unless you're a threat to it or you stand on it or something, but they don't come to you to hurt you. Wasps, they just come to you and go, yeah. Do you know what I mean? They're like swans, just angry. They're just angry animals. Got me on one now. Let me tell you about a wasp. Wasps, when they sting, their sting, right, is smooth. So when it stings you, it goes zing, like that. Dum, dum. It can sting as many times as it wants. Zoom, zoom, zoom. A bee, its sting is almost commit suicide when it stings you, because it's got a barb on it. So as the sting goes in, as it withdraws it, it pulls out most of its abdomen, most of its internals. So they go on to die. So a bee that stung you will die. So it's, yeah, it's a suicidal act.
They do it to protect their queen.
I guess so, but they won't just come round and sting, because it's going to kill them. Wasps, bastards.
If you were a bee, would you protect me?
I'd protect you. I'd be the fattest bumblebee ever. Probably wouldn't be able to fly. You just find me fluttering my wings and just bouncing along the grass.
Oh, you'd be cute.
I'll be a bumbleball. I would be cute. Maybe I can find a costume for that.